Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here, and you are very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. Who remembers Incredible Hulk? Was it 2008? Whatever year it was, right? I really like this film. I like Ed Norton as an actor. I love American History X. I think Ed Norton is probably the best actor ever to grace the MCU. But during this movie's filming, there was reports of Ed Norton being a very difficult customer. Who directed this film? I can't even see who directed this film. Can anyone remember who directed this film? No, and you probably never will. You'd have to look it up. And I'm sure a few of you smart asses will be doing that right now and be commenting down below. So anyway, I love the Incredible Hulk movie of 2008. I think it's the closest one in class and creativity to the 80s Incredible Hulk TV show. There's even like a cameo of Bill Bixby, who to me is a legend. He played David Banner. He wasn't Bruce Banner. He was David Bruce Banner in that TV series. Anyway, this movie is very good because I love the way Ed Norton plays Bruce Banner. I think he's very placid and he's found a way to control his temper so he doesn't lose it. He stops becoming the Hulk. And he's actually timed himself when was the last time he became the Hulk. Right, let's forget about all of that chat. So everyone called Ed Norton this kind of diva. But it turns out, if you go and watch Avengers Endgame, there's proof that Ed Norton wasn't a diva. Ed Norton, in fact, is a massive Incredible Hulk fan. He loves the Hulk. And all he wanted was Kevin Feige & Co. to make a great Hulk movie. Now, interestingly enough, a lot of what's in this film, Ed Norton was happy with. Not everything, but a lot of it. Now, this film was criticised so much. Apparently, this isn't a good film. Now, interestingly, I also like Ang Lee's Hulk movie. I know a lot of people don't, and I don't care. I love the fact that he was splitting the screen and literally trying to turn it into a comic. It was an interesting idea. It didn't work with a lot of people. I understand people's issues with the film, but I like that movie. I do. And I think Eric Bana, again, like Ed Norton, gave a wonderfully powerful performance as Bruce Banner. And I like Nick Nolte in the film as well. So I think these are two really creative, interesting takes on the Hulk. Brilliant. Now we bring in Mark Ruffalo in Avengers, right? The first Avengers, right? I was always a bit confused by Mark's casting. Mark, again, is a very good actor. He's done many independent movies. And he's a man who cares about the world, very into politics. He knows his stuff. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the three actors. I don't understand why Ed Norton couldn't carry on in this role. Well, it's obvious why. Literally, Ed warned us about this. In his own way, he warned us what was going to happen. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about the abomination that is Professor Hulk. Professor Hulk is an absolute disgrace. In fact, the way Hulk was represented in Infinity War and Endgame was absolutely disgusting. They found a way to give us very little Hulk in Infinity War because apparently the Hulk was too scared to come out and deal with Thanos. Are you kidding me? This is the Incredible Hulk. The Incredible Hulk fears nothing. But not in the MCU, because the MCU, everyone must have a comedic side, right? Everyone. Including the Incredible Hulk, the least comedic character in the Marvel Comics universe. But no, he has to have a funny side. So he's now Professor Hulk. What a fucking abomination. And of course, all the critics came out and called Marvel and Feige out for this. Of course they didn't. Great movie, best movie of all time. You see, this generation of critics and moviegoers have got a bit of a problem because they see popularity and high box office, record-breaking box office, as a sign of quality. The MCU isn't a quality franchise just because it's successful. It's just that it makes money. There's lots of useless endeavours that have made money before. I grew up with many. Absolutely many. Right? And that's an obvious thing. So I look at this and I look at what might have been. He's also a CGI Hulk. So is Mark Ruffalo's, by the way. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't really warming to Mark Ruffalo's Hulk that much until he says, I'm always angry. Then he becomes the Hulk. The Hulk for me is the reason that first Avengers film is awesome. I love him. He's awesome. So he's a great version of the Hulk. We don't have a great Bruce Banner, right? But we've got a great Hulk, as far as I'm concerned, right? So even in the second Avengers, also directed by Joss Whedon, I forgot the name of it, but the second Avengers, right? Also, the Hulk is amazing in that film as well. Really amazing, and I enjoyed him in that too. I also loved the Hulk in Thor Ragnarok. But I've always liked the Hulk talking, and he does kind of talk sometimes in the comics and even in animated stuff. So I like the Hulk talking, but I think Professor Hulk was an absolutely step too far. I think it's absolutely despicable, and no critic, no fan has called this out. The only good fans that have called this out, of course, are the comic book fans of the Hulk. They've called out Professor Hulk. It's an absolute disgrace. If you truly love the Hulk, you can't be enjoying Professor Hulk, surely. But we had this. We had Ed Norton, and it was amazing, and it was brilliant. And there's a lot of appreciation for this movie since Endgame came out, I've noticed, because it is a good movie. But everyone decided that Ed Norton stepped out of bounds. He went against Kevin Feige. He went against Marvel Studios. That can't be allowed. But ultimately, all Ed Norton wanted was a great version of the Hulk.